Scorpio Soul Time. I'm Ronique, and I appreciate you joining me here on my YouTube channel. Every lunation cycle, you and I get together and discuss what is going on up in the heavens. Everything that is going on in the heavens affects us directly here on Earth. And it's an exciting time because we are ending 2021 and entering a new calendar year, 2022. Happy New Year to everyone. It's also an exciting time because we are coming into some really interesting energy as we enter into January of 2022. In this video, we're actually going to talk about the new moon in Capricorn because it actually is right at the start of the month, the start of the year on January 2nd. And then we're also going to talk about the month ahead. So I want you to take a look at the screen that was at the very beginning of this video. And I have outlined all the important dates in the astrology so that you can follow along and you can come back to this video throughout the month and be able to see how the energies are working out with you. And then we also have, like I said, we have that new moon that occurs on January 2nd, and then later on in the month we will have the full moon in Cancer that occurs on January 17th. For each of you, I would like you to look at your sun, moon, and your rising signs to see how this information plays out for you. I invite you to listen to the very beginning of each video to make sure that you understand not only the astrology, but for each of you, you know, the tarot cards will speak to you differently depending on your sign, depending on what type of life changes you're going through. So I do invite you not to skip over this very beginning part. Okay, so let's get right into it. So we open up the month of January with a new moon, and it's actually a supermoon in Capricorn on January 2nd, 2022. It already sounds weird saying 2022. It's going to take me a few weeks to get used to that, but we have this new moon occurring here in Capricorn. So we have the sun and the moon sitting in Capricorn at 1:33 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and it is at 12 degrees and 19 minutes of Capricorn. Now, I want you to look back on Scorpio Soul Time in the playlist under probably astrology, or there might be one, the tarot and astrology playlist, to see all of the different lunation cycles that we've gone through, the new moon and full moon videos. If you look back at the, let's see, June 24th, when we had that full moon in Capricorn of 2021, that's going to give you a lot of insight into where you are closing up things, what illuminating topics came up and themes came up for you. Capricorn is an earth energy and represents your physical goals, your ambitions in the world, but also your responsibilities in your daily life. So at this time, this is a new moon, so you might be planting new seeds around your career, around your work, new goals. It is not a coincidence that Capricorn starts at the beginning of the year when we're all making New Year's resolutions. So this is a really good energy to figure out what it is that you want to start anew, and especially around anything in the physical world. Now, also at that new moon, we actually have 4 planets in Capricorn at this time. So it's really going to be a lot of rules, regulations. You're going to hear a lot of this, especially dealing with the pandemic, with the government, with rules and regulations, maybe around your workplace, around, and not just health. It could also deal with money. It can deal with like your tangible resources. And especially since Venus is also in retrograde at this time, don't be surprised if you're hearing more about health. You're hearing more about people trying to maybe regulate further than, you know, what you would like them to, whether it's at your job, it's in your community, it's your local government, it's your federal government. So don't be surprised if those themes continue throughout 2022, and especially in this January time. We also have Pluto and we have Venus, like I said, in Capricorn at this time. So we might have a lot of similar themes come up as when we were in January of 2021. For those of you who are in the US, remember that was when we were having, we're still trying to figure out who was going to be president. We still had all of that stuff going around with the vaccine, but we also had just like a lot of energy coming from that 2020 time. So don't be surprised if those same themes come up for you here in 2022. Also, on January 1st, I don't want to forget that the sun actually trines Uranus here. The sun up here in Capricorn will trine Uranus that is in Taurus. So another important insight at this time is Taurus and Scorpio are now the axis of the lunar nodes. So this is going to be really important as we move through 2022, because we have left the Gemini and Sagittarius axis and we are now into Taurus and Scorpio, which is also going to be around other people's money, your resources. So that's going to be a big theme over these next 18 months. I also pulled this Moonology card for the new moon in Capricorn, saying your hard work is paying off. And I think this is really important for each of us to figure out, where is it that our hard work in the past of 2021 was really helpful for us, but now as we move into this new year, what is it that we are ready to move forward on? What new seeds are we ready to plant, so that when we get to that full moon in Capricorn in June of 2022, we're able to look back and see what these last 6 months of seeds being planted, what has sprouted, what is, ready to harvest, etc. Okay, so like I said, check those dates on the very first screen of this video so you can see what all the lunation cycles are. All of the lunation cycles, but all of the important astrology dates. And I will see you back here with your sun, moon, and rising signs. Hi Leo, welcome to your January 2022 tarot reading, as well as your new moon and Capricorn reading. Hope you all are doing well. We are going to pull a Moonology card to see what the theme is for your year ahead. So for Leo, we have a new romantic cycle begins. This is really interesting because who just got a new romantic cycle begins? Let me look at my notes real quick, because you and, is it Taurus? You and, let me look, let's see, a new romantic cycle. So you and Cancer. So you and Cancerians, you might either be involved with a Cancer, or you might also have a lot of Cancer in your chart. But I would say during this 2022, Leo, don't be surprised if you have some type of new romantic interest, or you're interested in someone else. Okay, so that is great news for you all this year. And if you already have someone, maybe your love just grows stronger this year, right? Okay, so we are going to do a past, present, and future card for Leo. Past is going to represent 2021. The present will represent this new moon in Capricorn. And our future card will represent the year ahead in 2022. Okay, Leo, so let's see what we have here for you all. So back in 2021, you have the 10 of Pentacles in reverse. Possibly you and your family were moving forward on trying to get money, or trying to get a new house, maybe something dealing with generational wealth, maybe something from a family member or inheritance. The present, you have the Ace of Swords in reverse, so possibly some clarity coming in, or you're still waiting for some clarity as you enter in this new moon in Capricorn. And then in the future, you have the Five of Swords in reverse for 2022. Okay, so Leo, let's take a look. With that new romantic cycle beginning card, I don't see anything in here dealing with cups or any kind of emotional energy. So that new romantic cycle begins can also be something with relationships and just building better bonds with people. I especially feel like that with this 10 of Pentacles, since it's not in the upright position during 2021. Were there any kind of conflicts over money with your family, possibly an inheritance, maybe possibly someone passed away, willed some money to certain members? There definitely is some kind of like, I almost feel like you were hoping that things were going to be like a little better surrounding money, but possibly you had some kind of rift or something with some family members. With that said, this Ace of Swords, though, feels like there's some clarity possibly as we come up into this new moon in Capricorn around maybe these finances or financial differences that you had back in 2021. I would invite you, though, maybe to talk it out with your family members. Try to get some clarity. Just because since this Ace of Swords is in reverse, there's still some like fuzzy areas and there's still some ambiguity as we come into this new moon in Capricorn time. If you look at that list of important dates at the beginning of this video, Mercury does enter retrograde in Capricorn during January, like right around that January 14th date and through the end of the month. So the clarity might not come as quickly as you would like. And especially with this 5 of Swords in the future for the rest of 22, I'm almost sensing that the clarity that you're seeking, maybe you're feeling like someone got away with something, or you were trying to be it's almost like you had information that you either didn't want to share with other people, or you felt like one of your family members possibly was keeping information from you. So I do want to tell you that moving into 2022, Leo, there is this sense of, with that new romantic cycle begins, the romantic cycle might also be you just having a bigger love for your family, not worrying about the past, letting bygones be bygones, moving past it. Since this 5 of Swords is in reverse, that's a good sign when 5s are in reverse, because it sounds like you all are trying to work things out. Maybe whatever this inheritance or money issues was with your family in the past, even though the clarity might not all be there, it feels like you're turning things around from back in 2021. And with that new romantic cycle beginning, it could also be this energy of working better with people, working better with relationships and balance, since that is that new moon in Libra. So I would invite you over the course of this year, especially as we enter this, it's almost like a turning page, if you will, for many of us, especially some of the fixed signs. I feel like Leo, Scorpios, Aquarians, and who am I leaving out? Scorpio, Leo, Taurus. I knew there was someone else I was missing out. Taurus, I think there's a sense of not holding on too tight to things that you had in the past and moving through those, letting bygones be bygones, and really embracing like this energy of romance, but not just in the traditional sense of romance, but just like a love for yourself, a love for your friends and your family, so that you can move to a more positive space for this upcoming year. Okay, Leo, I hope you all have a great 2022.